Heyo, this is YetiWhiskers, and welcome back to some more modded Minecraft here on the Yeti Cave. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. I am doing real good here myself. Just been busy doing a few things here and there. I went on a little bit of an adventure. We'll show you that on JourneyMap here. Looking for a taiga. Oops. Don't double click. Looking for a taiga. We ran into a little shipwreck here. That's what this guy is. And we ended up going a few thousand blocks away to find ourselves a very specific type of taiga. I was just looking for one a taiga that was far away so that we could just strip it of all the spruce. So you can see I took out a good chunk of spruce right here. We also ran into a village and I had my first full-on raid and wasn't recording. But we got that taken care of. We got the achievement. Let's see if we can see that advancement, I guess. It's not an achievement. Another adventure. It's probably an adventure one, yes? Yeah, so you can see we're the hero of the village. Woo, we did it. And in doing so, we got ourselves quite a few heads as well from the pillagers, the illager. Is that what they are? Jellycat. Hold on. Villager, Ravager, Vindicator, and some pillager heads. We got quite a few. We actually ended up with a villager head in that village as well. One other thing I've been up to, working quite a bit on, is texture pack updates. So I've been working on the GUI, and I thought I had grabbed a vanilla one off of, like, just a standard vanilla one off of the internet, but I am not sure that that's the case. I also haven't played it in an eon, but like, you'll have to let me know. This is yellow or orangey, so I think it's supposed to be the color of chests. And then there's like a whole bunch of different things. So you can see, like, on the crafting table, it looks like a crafting table. I think I've yanked somebody's, and I've adjusted some of them. So there's a furnace, like the stone cutter looks like a stone cutter. And then if you, let's smelt up some sandstone, because I need some of that anyway, some smooth sandstone. I'll show you what this looks like. So I've just been updating them to have like this, like, Yeti blue-green color that I have in some of the different areas, and in doing so, I don't know that I don't think that this is the original vanilla's textures, but that's what my plan was. You can see I've updated down here too. Crafting table has been updated a little bit. Everything I've tried to include as much of this Yeti green color as I can. So we've been doing that. Mostly the GUIs. I have also, do I have bricks? I don't have bricks. I have been updating some textures. So sandstone sand we talked about. You may have noticed in some of the other videos the sandstone. So you can see there's like little red flecks, and then in some of them there's also black. I'll try and show you that as well. And then if we got 4 bricks, we can make the brick block. So this is from the texture pack I worked on originally. We just changed the brick texture a little bit so that it's a little bit darker, and I like it much, much better. And there's a couple different variations of this one. And then if you put 2 slabs, one on top of the other, it gives you broken bricks. So I'm kind of a fan of this one from my texture pack originally. We're going to include that actually in our build today. So we probably should start smelting these guys as well. So let's go take a look at what the plan is for today. We are actually headed this direction in our little world, and we're going to be building ourselves a super smelter, I think. Well, you know, with super smelter might be an overstatement. We're just building ourselves an automated smeltery, and I'm going to include a slot for the iron ores, not just iron, but ores, so gold and iron, that can be smelted down in the blast furnaces, and then any food I want to be cooked will be shot through the smoker, since those are newer blocks that I haven't personally used, but they speed up the process for ores and for food cooking, which is pretty awesome. And then we're also just going to have an array of furnaces for everything else. Like, see, there you go. There's a sandstone with a little bit of darker color in it. Yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about, but that's the plan. So over here is where we are going to be building this thing, I think. And the first step in doing so is I might need to get rid of these vines. They're way bright, kind of distracting, but they also mix up the texture of the wall here, which is just a giant flat surface. So maybe we'll work on that at some point too. But okay, so step number 1 is I'm going to dig this out. The plan is, I didn't bring literally anything with me. Okay. We'll pretend like this is an input. So we'll have an input chest here, here, and here. And one will be for each of those. So one will be for the blast furnace, regular furnace, smoker. And you'll put them in there. They'll go down into a smeltery system that'll be below here, this little platform. And then they will pop back up via item elevator into an output chest that will be at eye level. I've also been working a little bit on a design for a blacksmith. A lot of times what I do for my builds, like this one over here, is I will go online and find something that I like and then tweak it just a smidge. So like this one I found online and tweaked it just a smidge. That actually one over there, our fish hut over there, I just made one up that was based on some of the ones that were looking like this. But this one is just a Yeti original. Didn't really look up too many references. I referenced a medieval style blacksmith, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's something a little bit different than what we've been doing, but hopefully it'll fit in okay. So step number one, as we are here in the night, is to dig. So I'm going to go ahead and do that probably off camera, dig us out a little bit of an area to work with, and I'll jump back with you. So see you in a sec. So we have been busy digging quite a bit down here. You can see we've got a pretty decent sized area. It should be enough to house our 3 smeltery systems. So up here is where the blacksmith will be. There's going to be a building up here, but for now we've just got the input barrels, 1 for each system, right up here, and we'll have hoppers pull them down, and then we will have the hoppers go into the various loading systems. And I'll probably do the loading systems off camera because I don't have the items with me and I will struggle greatly. So we'll have 1 over here, 1 in the middle, and then 1 over here on this side, and then we'll have hopper chains that go all the way over to here, and this will be a droppervator that will send the items up to a barrel that's waiting for the smelted items. So the way that this will work, we're going to put 1 here, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to have 8 smelting items of each type. So right here we'll do our furnaces, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. And then we are going to put on the backside. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but we're going to go over it anyway because why not? We're going to have our, this is where, so out here these hoppers will pull the items out of the furnaces or other smelting items when the time comes. And then the back, when you insert hoppers to the back, this is where we input fuel. So we'll put those guys in there. And then up above is where we put, oh, that's bad. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? Woohoo! Okay, so inside of here, there's our hopper. Okay, should have some blocks. This will be easier with blocks. Let's do this like this. Okay, so now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is these rails, or these hoppers here, will input the items to be smelted. So let's go over this way. We need that guy. I'm gonna stand up here and see if we can get this going. I want to show you guys 1 on camera, and then I'll do the other 3 off. So we put powered rails on top of each of the hoppers. Boop. Do the same up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's not what we want, is it? Maybe if we put 1 guy here. Boom. There we go. Break this guy. We should be good. Okay. Then we put our minecart with, where's the chest? Chests on top like so. Get out of the way. Minecart with the chest, and then it'll go boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, all the way over to here. Once we power these guys. So let's do, like, I think if you go like this, and a lever, boop, you can see this will go back and forth all the time. And we'll have a system set up so that it's not doing this. Once we get our loader set up, it's not going to be going back and forth. It'll only go back and forth when it has items in the chest. And then back over here, eventually what we're going to do is we're going to get a way to autofill these. So we'll get like a bamboo farm or a kelp farm or something like that where it can collect and grow on its own and fill these guys up automatically. We'll just have it run every so often. So the plan now is to insert the rest of these. So you can see we're going to have to go a little bit this way with our hoppers here. But that should be fine. We can also just maybe move this out a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off camera now and get this situated. Sorry if I rambled quite a bit. And I'll come back to you once this is looking a little bit better. Welcome back, friends. So as you can see, I've been busy, and we have like a gazillion hoppers down here. But this is set up now. and it should hopefully be working. I haven't tested anything yet. We've just got the hoppers running. So up here you can see this giant cluster mess is where the inputs are. And we should have a train that goes over here to our little loader system. So when there is items in the hopper here, it sends a signal over here, which inverts the signal and depowers those. There's a powered rail right here. Let's see if we can look. Boop-a-doo. Yeah, so right by default, this rail is powered just because of the redstone torch and the signal being sent this way through the repeater to the block. But when there is an item in this hopper, it activates via the comparator and inverts the signal so that this will no longer get powered. It'll stop. The minecart with a chest will stop until all the items are emptied, and then it will go load up all of the smelting devices. So you can see we've got right here the smokers, and the middle is the furnaces, and on the far side is the blast furnaces. So this will do food. This will do pretty much everything, and then the other one will do our ores. So iron, gold, pretty much that's all we'll be smelting, I think, in that one. And it won't be a ton because we have an iron farm, and eventually we will be getting ourselves a gold farm. But yeah, that's a long, long ways down in the future. So let's see. We are going to go test this guy. Oh, one more thing. After everything is smelted up, it gets pulled out through the hopper chains and then put into this drop-evator. So the way that this works, let's go over to this. Let's see if I can explain this. Redstone is not my forte. So when there are items in the dropper here, that sends a signal via the comparator, which shoots a signal out to our via the repeater to a sticky piston, which pushes the observer to this other observer. So this observer is facing down, and they update each other, which sends a signal through the note block into another observer, so on and so forth. And it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, which tell these droppers to keep pushing the items up to our output chest. So let's go take a look and see if we can get this working. I'm a little bit nervous that it won't work. Oh, the other thing we need to do is inside of these, there are blocks in some of them. So if we run into issues, that might be part of the problem. So I'll do that as well. I'll probably do that off camera unless we run into some issues here. So let's go up. We'll have to figure out a better way to get up and down here as well. So I've kind of laid out a small section of the blacksmith's house. And you can see over here we'll have our input chests, and here's our output chests, and this will be covered maybe with carpet or something, and then whatever. So idea here is on the left-hand side we have our smoker, so we'll put in some raw cod. In the middle we've got our just our regular old furnaces. Good night, my brain. And then to the right-hand side, we have our ores. So we'll do that. And then while we're here, maybe we can do something like this. Put that right there, and right there. And then put some cod right there for the cooked food. Actually, I think I might have some iron on me. Let's check. I should have come more prepared for this. Ores in this guy, and then... Oh, hello there, Governor. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then in this one, we just need some... I'll get some stone or something to put on that guy, but that's just that we remember which one goes where eventually. So let's go downstairs and see if these things are working. Our very fancy dirt elevator. Okay, let's take a look. See if things are smelting. Oh, we have to give them some fuel. Ah, let me go grab some fuel. I'll be right back. All right, so we're headed back to the smeltery from our little storage area. I wanted to show you, I've been working on this pathway here over to this way, and then we're gonna have like a little bridge. We'll cut out some more of this so that this was here when I spawned on the island. We'll have this kind of flow down and under, maybe make this look a little bit better. That'll be a project for another day though. So I haven't finished the path all the way through here, but you can see, or maybe you remember, maybe you don't. This used to all be the spruce slabs, but I just got rid of it because it doesn't match the other area, and I feel like some variety is good. So I've done the same here, and up there, it kind of makes sense to have everything spruce, but we may add some oak or something else just for some variety up here. So, random tangent. Okay, let's get back to... I grabbed a whole bunch of coal so that we can test this out, and then the plan is, I'm actually going to do this probably next, is get ourselves a very simple bamboo farm so that we can just grow it and use bamboo, which is very renewable and easy to use, into and you know, it works for fuel, so we'll just use that as fuel going forward. But for now, let us redstone, that's not helpful. You'll see, and there's a dirt block. That's good. And a hopper. Very good. There we go. Some fish. Goodbye, dirt. Okay, so let's just make sure that... More redstone. Okay. All of these are working. More redstone. Very good. Apparently, I found out where my stack of redstone went. More and more. So you can hear... Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear, but I can hear the drop evaders working. I had like a stack of redstone, and we seem to have found it. Polished andesite. Okay. So, all right, this one's working. Smoker seems to be working just fine. Excellent. I can hear the drop evader. We'll go upstairs and check that in a second. Polished andesite needs out. Got some sand, stone. So we're polishing this up because smelting this up because it turns into smooth sandstone when you cook it in the furnace. Sorry guys, this is probably super not fun to watch, but put some of that in and some of that. We're gonna start doing half stacks, I think, or something, so that we have enough fuel to go all the way across and make sure that all those working. Okay, furnace array seems to be working. All those are smelting up. Next is the blast furnaces. And let's do half a stack here. Half a stack there. It's kind of fun to see which ones have crap in them and which ones don't. Half a stack there. Half a stack there. 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 And there. Okay, those all seem to be working. I think we've cleared out all the inventories, all the hoppers. Oh, that's one. I'll go through and double check all this. We're not going to do that now. So I can hear the clicking and ticking. If you stand close, you can probably hear it too. Also, we get little note blocks. Okay, so let's go upstairs and see. Hey, that one's done already. Let's go see if this is working. I sure hope so. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So inside of here, we should start seeing a whole bunch of fun stuff. Oh, it's beautiful. Yay, it's working. Our drop evader and stone. We got some stone in there. Cobble. What are we missing? What? The ores don't seem to be coming up for some reason. Let's go check that out. And I wonder if it's just because of the way that I had to set this up. Down here. Let's take a look. There's 29 ores in here. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Boop. See, this is why we have to check these things. Okay, and then if we put the ores in there, they should go up. Oh yeah, nice. Wonderful noises. Let's go upstairs and check. It sounds like they're working, and they should be since the other items made it up. But so you just heard the piston, at least I heard the piston, shut off the drop evader. And let's go check. There it is, 29, 64. We're missing some smooth sandstone. I might have picked it up in the process. Oh yeah, I've got 4 right there. Okay, sandstone goes in this guy. I'm just gonna put a polished. Oh, we've got stone. Let's use the stone. Boop. Okay, and we'll make this look a little bit better in a second. But for now, this seems to be working pretty well. Oop, wrong tool. Next step for me, as I mentioned, is to make the automated bamboo farm. So the idea with this is similar to the sugarcane farm that we have over, I think it's that way. It's just, you use observers and pistons, and once the bamboo grows a certain height, you just knock them off, and, oops, sorry about that, hit my mic. And away you go. And then we'll have to have some sort of, we'll have a timer, a redstone timer that just uses occasionally to go try and fill up all of our smelting items with bamboo. We'll use that for fuel, so I'll be back in just a bit. All right, so all the innards of this thing are finally up and running and working. Hallelujah. Okay, so we last left off with all of this complete and running and working. We tested that out really well, and the Smeltry items all work. So I don't know if we talked about this before, but maybe most of you know this anyway, but the reason we need a smoker and the blast furnace is because they smelt certain items faster. So food items get cooked quicker in the smoker than they do in the furnace, and then the blast furnace, it smelts ore faster than a furnace does. So that's why we need those two, just to make our lives a little bit easier. I'll honestly probably be using the smoker the most outside of the furnaces. So the furnaces can do, we'll be able to smelt the items that these two can't. So this can only do food, and the blast furnace can only do ore items. Everything else will have to go here into the furnace. So that's okay. That's fine. We'll take the speed where we can get it. So what I've been doing is building this guy over here. And this is pretty similar. It's almost identical, I think, to the sugarcane farm that we had. So how this works is the bamboo here just grows up slowly. And then once it gets to that 3rd block tall, like this one will probably do it pretty quick, the observer notices, sends a redstone signal to the piston, which pushes out, and then the items fall, hopefully into the water stream, and if not all of them do, that's okay. Which, there's a hopper right here, and then they go into this storage drawer. And this storage drawer has a void upgrade, so that, you know, eventually this will get filled up. Then the hopper will get filled up, and we don't want all the items to just be sitting here, which could potentially cause lag at some point down the line. So, I mean, there's a lot of inventories that need to be filled up for that to happen. So you need to fill up all of these smeltery things, all of the hoppers behind them, all of the minecart, this hopper, this storage drawer. But eventually, it's a possibility. So that's why I like to do it on my farms. So the way that this guy works is every so often, we've got our... Oops, we need to fix this actually. We have a little etho hopper clock down here. So the way that this works is you have hoppers facing each other, and as the redstone block is near one, it locks it so that it can't feed items back. And when the redstone block is pushed this way, the signal comes here. We send a signal through via the repeater into this block, and away she goes. So if you put items in here, there's a comparator that will read that there are items in the hopper, and if that's the case, it'll put a signal into one of the pistons, and which moves the block back and forth. So we will only have this going when there is the redstone block is here. So we're gonna do this. I'll just show you put like one in here. You can just kind of see it bounce back and forth, so you can see how that works. It's not moving because it's not long enough time. So we're actually just gonna put a bunch of stacks in there. Call it good. Yeah. Push this guy back, and eventually it'll come back over this way, and we'll send him out, which will then, we've got these nice little tracks that go all the way across. So we'll feed these hoppers, which will feed the smokers around this way. Feed these hoppers, which will feed the furnaces, and around to the blast furnace. And back down this way, where it'll meet back up and come back to the loading station. So that's pretty fun. Just for kicks and giggles, so I have a lever. Let's show you how this works. Okay, so there it goes. You can see. Oh, you can't see. There it is. Woo, saw it. So it just goes all the way down and across, and it did have some bamboo, but now it's gone. So that's the plan. That's how this is going to work. This is all up and running. It's operational, fully functioning. Woo! And everything gets pushed back up into our collection up above. So we need to, next we need to build our blacksmith, but we may end up doing that next time because I'm kind of running out of time here. And I would like to get the video out. So this one is very, very redstone heavy, but it works. I'm very happy with how this guy turned out. And next time, we'll go up above and we'll build a blacksmith so that this just isn't some random thing underneath the floor, but it has a purpose. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody!